Now we need to style our web page a bit. I am not going to do any fancy changes. Still a bit styling will give a more appealing look, I think. So first let me style the table. I want to have some styling, that is the border for the entire table with separate borders for rows and columns. Okay, so here let me specify table, then for heading and also for TD I want to have border 1px solid black, and let me also have a padding of 10px so that there will be a gap between the content and the border. Let me see the output. Let me refresh. Okay, now it is displayed like this. Why it is displayed like this? There is some error in our tables code. Okay, here I haven't closed it properly. That is why it was displayed strange. Okay, let me refresh. See, now it is displayed like this. I don't want to have actually a border like this. So if I specify border collapse to be collapse, I think it will be displayed properly. So here for the table, let me specify border collapse as collapse itself. Okay, and now let's check. Let me refresh. See, it is now displayed like this. Next, what we can do, we can have some margin, I think. So for this, let me have a margin of 10px. All these are some basic styling. Let me refresh. See, now it is displayed like this. I think we can have some line gap after this span element. So let me add 2 or 3 BR tags, okay, to have some gap between the items. We can actually use CSS as well. Here it is displayed like this. Now we can set the width for this slider and we can change the colors if we want, and we can also change the color for the table. So let me do that part. First let me style the table. So for the heading and also for the even rows, how I can select the even rows? I can specify nth child even. Let me specify some background color. Actually I have selected some colors. So let me copy and paste that particular color here. This is the color I have selected, some shade of blue. Okay, I think it should be for odd rows. Though this is the even row, that is the second row, as the index is based on 0, this is considered as an odd row in case of tables. So here I need to specify odd. Now let us see the output. See, now it is displayed properly. And for the even row, I want to have a different color. So let me copy this, paste it here, change this to even, and also change the color, that is the background color which I have already selected. So this is the color I have selected for even rows. Let me refresh. See, now the table is displayed like this. Actually I want to change the width of this slider. So how I can access the slider? I can specify using the UI slider class. This is actually provided by jQueryUI. So let me set the width of this slider to be 800px. Okay, and also a left padding of say 10px. You can set it as you want. And I have also selected a different background color for this slider, the range, that is the currently selected section, and also for the handles. So let me copy and paste the color here. This is the color I have chosen. Let me see the output now. Let me refresh. See, the width is reduced and it is displayed like this. Next, I want to change the color of this section. It can be accessed using .ui slider, then .ui slider range. Okay, and for that I have chosen another color. This is the color I have selected, and similarly for the handle also I want to change the color. So it can be accessed using UI slider handle, and let me specify background, and let me copy and paste that particular color. So this is the color I have selected. Now let us see the output. Let me refresh. This is how it is looking like. I'm not that good at selecting colors. You can have some professional colors to make it more beautiful and appealing. Now it is displaying the default values 15 and 30 which we have selected or which we have entered here. That is, the values are 15 and 30. Now let me try to move this. See, it is 10 and 30. 5 products are displayed. It is now 1036. So 1036. 6 products are displayed. 1047. 2, 4, 6, 8 products are displayed. And 347 is the current range. The products are now displayed. So we have actually implemented a price filter using jQueryUI's slider widget, and for which we have actually used a JavaScript object for storing the details. You can actually store the details in a database and fetch that details and use it here. And we have made the slider and set the maximum value as 50. You can set the value as you want, and we want to have it as a range slider, so range true. We have set the values 15 and 30. Suppose you want to make it 20 and 30, you can do it. Let me save. Let me refresh. Now it is 20 and 30. So only 2 products are there in that particular range. And we have created a function to which we are passing the minimum and maximum of the price range. And we are first changing the value of the span element. That is this element. That is why when we move the slider, that section is getting updated. And then we have looped through the JavaScript object to get the details of the products within that particular range. And we have created a table for that. And finally, we have displayed the table structure within our output element. So here actually we are structuring a table using the result variable. And for each row, we are displaying the item and its corresponding price. So this is how we have implemented a price filter using jQueryUI's slider widget.